Howdy, gang. I'm kicking off episode 32 of Tater's Big Show Hangover. You popped by for one more round. Aw, I couldn't be happier that you're here. You guys are getting me away from the news for a little bit. Ooh, I tell ya. I get most of my news from, social media and online. I'll go to all the news sites online, but I had to stop doom scrolling over there on the social media. Want me to let you know what was hitting me up in my news feed? Parasite cleanses for my dog. Tai Chi walking apps. Dearborn, Michigan. Dearborn, Michigan. Dearborn, Michigan. Mondami, New York City. Taylor Swift wearing her wedding rings at another friend's wedding. Zoom in on the wedding rings. Wow. Sharia law. Back to school photos. Sharing back to school photos. Ivermectin and mebendazole cures cancer. This just in. GLP-1 stories. Is it working? Is it not working? Did she get sick? Did he get sick? GLP is great. Rampant anti-Semitism. And the UK. Stories out of the UK saying, run, hide, tell. So yeah, I'm done with that.
Them college kids all flip their lids for guys like Marx and Lenin. It proves they ain't learned history, doing it socialismly. Doing it socialismly. Them hippie punks should pack their trunks and move to Venezuela. That way they'd already be doing it socialismly. Doing it socialismly. You don't have to be a whiz at math to know socialism is a stupid path. They say socialism is as good as it gets, but they'll change their minds when they eat their pets. Socialismly. Socialismly. Taking people's money is at their core belief, but socialists are lazy, so the government is their thief. They all jump when Donald Trump has record unemployment, 'cause they don't want to work, you see, doing it socialismly. Doing it socialismly. It's been said that all the dead should never be voting, but in November they will be doing it socialismly. Doing it socialismly. You can't spend your life as a lazy slob. You gotta grow up and get a job. When the government gives you everything free, then what ain't free is you and me. Socialismly. Socialismly. Just ask any of them where this has worked before, and every last one of them will quickly slam the door. Uncle Sam says it's a scam to turn our country commie. America will never be doing it socialismly. Doing it socialismly. Socialismly.
That was fun.
I do have plans for this episode. I have y'all's comments, of course. We're going to have a little bit of tatertainment. I bumped into Lane Ostro. Remember from my Memorial Day episode, his Honor One campaign? He's starting a positive movement, and we sat down for a quick chat while we were out and about. But like I said, I've been trying to stay away from the news and the news feeds on Facebook. So I decided I'd do some deep cleaning, right? Turn on some music, get away from it all. And it's been a while since I've done deep cleaning. So I started small with the bathroom. You know, deep cleaning, not the normal wipe down with the Clorox wipes on the high spots, right? So I began deep cleaning, got all the stuff, the buckets, the rags, everything. And 5 hours later, I think the square footage of this bathroom is maybe 100 square feet, maybe, in this bathroom. Yeah, but I started cleaning, and after 5 hours, I was done. And I My mom's name was Elaine. We lost her in 2019, and Elaine cleaned that bathroom. Yeah, deep cleaner Elaine was. White glove level. I can't even begin to tell you how much of my youth was spent learning to deep clean. All right, here's an example. We had a little pool out back at my house growing up. My dad's pride and joy. That water was crystal clear, beautiful, very hard to maintain, and he did it. I digress. So from time to time, he'd let my mom know that he'd invited some neighbors or some work friends for a pool party. Hey, let's have a pool party. 5 alarm in my house. My mother, what? So 24 hours before this party was to take place, she has me helping her clean the inside of the house for this outside pool party. And I was spent, probably 5 hours scouring all the baseboards in the house. Let that sink in. And for folks who don't know what baseboards are, yeah, that little rim of wood going along the rooms. Yeah, had to scour that, clean it, wipe it down after I vacuumed all of it. I learned a very good lesson, but I would say, Ma, nobody's going upstairs in the back bedroom there for this pool party. And she'd say, but I know they're dirty. Nature or nurture, Elaine deep cleaned that bathroom. Not that anyone's going to notice, right? I love my mama, and her house she kept a very nice house. She's probably up in heaven now saying, don't waste your time cleaning the house like that. Probably just because now I'm doing it. Matthew House Wiggins writes, Tater, I can't tell you just how much I enjoyed this week's show. He's talking about episode 30 with John Boy. That was absolutely amazing. I know y'all had a blast putting it together. It took me 3 days to get through it, and now I've started it over. Oh, my heart there, House. I told my brother years ago that John Boy and Billy both voiced Reverend Ernest Lee Sincere, and I was right. I'm so happy to know that my ears didn't deceive me. I really appreciate you doing this every week. I may not message or comment every week, but I'm truly grateful for you doing it. Love you, mean it. I love you, mean it too, Matthew House Wiggins. Kenny Drawdy left a comment, and I think I'm saying your name right, Drawdy, Kenny Drawdy, said, started listening to the boys back in 94. That's when I interned. Had no idea John Boy was the voice of Rev and Goob. Learned a lot about his voice characters on the last episode. And then Arlen Bates responded to Kenny and said, I always wondered who played Hoyt. And then Kenny responded, no doubt that was Billy, right? To which I responded, you are absolutely correct. Hoyt was voiced by Billy. You guys are way too smart for me. Way too smart. Don't know if you guys saw this story while you were in your news or your news feed, but an 18-year-old California man has pleaded guilty to a federal crime after he was caught on video kicking a sea lion at San Diego's La Jolla Cove. Yeah, like, dude. So the prosecutors are saying that Tyler Meal approached the animal and kicked it multiple times. Was he scared? Was the sea lion in attack mode? No, Tyler approached the animal. And then the animal tried to get away, and Tyler chased it. 18-year-old. The incident, which of course was recorded on video and widely shared online because everybody's got their camera phone. They said the incident violated the Marine Mammal Protection Act. Bet you didn't know that, Tyler. This act protects sea lions and other marine mammals, and now Tyler Meal faces up to 1 year in prison and a $100,000 fine, according to CBS News. How would you like to be in prison? And you're like, what are you in for? Man, I kicked me a sea lion. Yeah, he had it coming. You little lint licker.
Madonna and Sync, better watch out.
No, I think that's Madonna and NSYNC. Better watch out.
Sync? What kind of group's that?
Unless this is some new person you just discovered. I don't know.
They're about to get competition from animals. The musical pets will be singing for more than their supper during the finals of the Search for North America's Best Singing Pet. The Pets will sing in front of judges for the opportunity to win a recording session and $1,000 cash in the contest. Sponsored by Advantage Flea Products.
Well.
Some of the scheduled musical mutts include a greyhound named Chappie, who sings Bruce Springsteen's I'm on Fire.
Chappie singing I'm on Fire. I don't even want to know the story on that one.
And a Boston Terrier who barks out a mean, oh, solo mio. Yeah, man. Hey, they ain't got nothing on us. We got some singing seals. Okay, I see. I'm going to have to prove it. All right, here you go. Yeah, man. Yeah. Get down. Everybody. Part.
Coming up, we got a talking jackass.
Right after your news, weather, sports.
Yeah.
Oh, I still jump whenever I hear that news sounder. Had to run to the studio. All right. Back around episode 20, I had Lane Ostro on from Honor One. That was the episode 20 was leading up to the Memorial Day. Lane has a challenge coin to say thank you, and every coin also helps fund PTSD healing for a veteran or first responder. And guess who I ran into? Great to see you, Lane, bumping into you over here at Waverly in Charlotte, North Carolina. And you were telling me some things that you've got going on, and I said, let me grab the microphones out of my purse and have you tell me what you've been doing.
Yeah, first of all, very impressive that you're walking around with microphones in a purse.
They're so tiny.
Yeah.
They fit right in there.
No, it's so
I
cool.
know.
This used to be a room full of equipment to do what you're now doing.
I know.
Well, thank you it's great to see you as always, and I love bumping into you anytime. Biggest new thing we're working on is a project called Coins for Courage. Relates back to all the things that we did with Products for Good and Honor One. And we're still doing whatever we can to help benefit veterans and firefighters, police officers with PTSD. So we set up a little bit different, since we spent a lot of time honoring those groups of people, the veterans, et cetera, in the past, as you know. This time we wanted to go a little bit different and honor the everyday heroes. I know we use that phrase a lot, but I'm talking about people like nurses and crossing guards and librarians and single moms who've raised kids, and just someone in your life that you should recognize for what they've done. They're often the unseen and the unappreciated. And this just sort of lets you know that you see them, you value, you appreciate them, and you wanted to give them a token of that appreciation. And we really hope this will end up being a gratitude movement where people will come and get coins and, give them away to people who matter, come back and tell us the story, a little bit like we did with Products for Good, where people would write in and tell us what happened when they honored the veteran or police officer or firefighter in their lives. Those stories were so meaningful. And we're hoping that even the people who receive them will come back and tell us what it meant to receive one of those gifts. We're doing it right now through a Kickstarter campaign. Would love anyone's support. You can buy as little as one coin for $25, and we'll actually ship you two. While we're going through the Kickstarter, we're trying to raise $36,000 to kick this off. We've got almost half of it raised already. We've got about a little more than a month left on the campaign. So anyone who wants to join, go to Kickstarter.com and type in Coins for Courage, 3 words, and we'll pop up. You'll see the coin that we're going to make. and you'll see how you can support the campaign at any level you like. We've got from $25 up to $5,000. And frankly, we had gifts at all levels, or support at all levels so far.
I'm going to ask the question because I know there's a lot of folks that aren't familiar with Kickstart.
Yeah, so Kickstarter is a platform to help entrepreneurs launch new businesses. And a lot of times it's wrapped around technology or something else, and ours is wrapped around a movement. And so, the goal is to really start a movement, but we're doing it by selling coins. So there's a business behind it. I'll tell you, on Kickstarter, we're allowed to say that we give away 10% of the profits and no more. They want to make sure they're sponsoring businesses and not nonprofits, which makes sense because there are two platforms for that. But we'll probably do what we've always done and give away everything that we left. Everything is left. The cost of coins, shipping, etc. But that's really it. And then we'll donate. Same thing we've been doing all along to pay for PTSD treatments for veterans, police officers, and firefighters.
Will you come back and let us know if the Kickstarter happened? You were explaining that if you don't meet the goal, then it doesn't happen.
Correct. Everyone's money is, actually, it works the other way. You make a pledge now, and you can change that anywhere along the lines until we reach our number. And once we reach the $36,000 number, everyone would get charged at that time. So if we end up at $25,000, it fizzles and the Kickstarter gets canceled.
So we really need the push to give. If you do 5, you can do 10. What's the smallest amount that you can do?
There's actually a category where you can just support the campaign without getting a coin.
Okay.
We start at 25, includes delivery. It doesn't say that on there, but that'll be a shipped price. And we're actually going to include a second one for free in that deal. So what we're really hoping is that you get 2, you keep 1 and give 1 away, or maybe give 2 away. But really want to start that movement of getting people used to giving them away and recognizing people in their lives that deserve to be recognized and deserve to feel seen.
Gratitude for supporting this and supporting our veterans and supporting this movement.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right. Oh, absolutely. Sorry.
Yeah,
was that somebody who listens to the podcast? What's up? What's up?
You got a what's up?
I got a what's up.
Look at they're pulling you out.
I tell you what.
We're sitting on a swing in the middle of nowhere with no one riding by, but yet Marcy still has fans.
I got a honk.
That's it. You got a honk. A high five and a honk from out there. So,
or he could have.
Love that.
Could have been that somebody walked,
trying to get the parking space.
Or somebody would walked out in front of him. But we're gonna go with the other one.
You.
Yeah, it was all me. Yeah. It was all me. Now, go wherever you were headed. I don't know if you were headed into the nail shop there or get you some ice cream.
Nail salon. That would not be money well spent.
Good to see you, buddy.
You too.
There was a horn that honked. I promise you, but you couldn't hear it. So then that's why I just substituted the horn in. But that the conversation did happen after the horn honked. If you were there, you would have seen it. All right. Kickstarter.com. Kickstarter.com and search the gratitude coin to find this project that Lane is doing and go ahead and pledge if it moves you, or go ahead and purchase a coin from the Kickstarter group as well. And thank you for whatever you decide to do. And now time for some Tatertainment news for episode 32. Hayden Panettiere, young actress out of Hollywood, has passed away at the age of 36. She passed away over the weekend. TMZ reports that Hayden was found unresponsive Sunday afternoon inside a home in Greenville, South Carolina. She was found by a friend who called 911. Emergency responders attempted life-saving measures, but she was pronounced dead at the scene. Police say there were no immediate signs of foul play and that the death does not appear suspicious, and an autopsy is expected to determine the cause of death. Now, the tabloids have gotten crazy with it, as they always do. And there's all sorts of stories out there circulating that it was a cardiac arrest from either an overdose or from her COVID vaccine, or again, it's all speculation. We will not know until the autopsy comes up with their results, and at the time of this recording, the autopsy reports were not out. You may remember Hayden from, oh my gosh, this was NBC's Heroes. That was like the early 2000s. She played the high school cheerleader, Claire Bennett. She was also in Nashville, the show Nashville, and she sang on that show too. You may remember her. She was a child actress as well. The movie Remember the Titans with Denzel Washington about the segregation issue going on and how the football team dealt with the black and white issue. She played the young daughter of the assistant coach who was supposed to be the head coach. She had a real good Southern accent going on, and she was, knew football because Daddy raised her, and that was Hayden way back in the day. So she passed away 5 days before her 37th birthday. Her birthday was August 21st. Taylor Swift in the news. Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, like I said earlier, there were pictures of her at a wedding over the weekend, flying solo. They made a big deal about she was flying solo, but her husband is playing football. And if they weren't playing in a game, they've been training. But anyway, a psychic has dropped some knowledge on us about the eventful couple of years that they have ahead of them, according to this famed psychic, who predicts that they'll welcome a baby and then head for divorce. So the psychic's name is Deborah Graham. She was on, a podcast called Celebrity Cheat Sheet. Cheat Sheet. You heard that right. And on this program, she said, quote, "She is with her soulmate. I absolutely do see a baby in the future. Absolutely, without a doubt." So she said here, she's with her soulmate. It's not all good news for the couple, as I mentioned. The truth sayer went on to say that a soulmate is not always a twin flame or the person who is the other half of your soul. Kind of thought that was in the definition of soulmate, but not to this famed psychic, Deborah. That theory of hers leaves room for the relationship to eventually run its natural course despite the profound connection they currently share. Deborah concluded, quote, "Do I think that this is going to be their only marriage? No. I do feel like there probably will be another marriage for both of them." End quote. I just mentioned that one. Let's see. Moving on. Oh, did you hear there's going to be a Barbie 2 movie? And more details have emerged from Warner Brothers' negotiations with the primary players in a Barbie sequel. They've made 6 offers and each has been rejected. If that happens, movie rights will revert to Mattel if the studio cannot reach a deal by December with Margot Robbie, Ryan Gosling, and Greta Gerwig. Who's Greta Gerwig? Greta Gerwig? Well, she's the writer and the director, y'all. Warner Brothers. Too many W's. And I think too much fumes from the bathroom. Anyway, Warner Brothers reportedly offered Ryan Gosling $20 million and Margot Robbie $50 million, which equals what she made in her salary and revenue sharing from the 2023 Barbie movie. A source said that the actors are satisfied with the upfront salaries. However, they won't sign a contract unless Warner Brothers offers a larger back-end deal, including a percentage of the box office revenue. Yeah, the first film grossed $1.4 billion. Can't have a movie if you don't have Barbie and Ken. Just saying. And speaking of money, big news in the NBA, the LA Lakers have been sold. You guys probably already know that. Josh Kushner, the businessman, along with former Disney CEO Bob Iger, bought the Los Angeles Lakers for a cool $12.5 billion. Billion dollars. Tony Romo. CBS Sports is preparing to start the NFL season in mid-September without Tony Romo. What? We're not going to hear his voice like this on CBS anymore. The retired quarterback was arrested 3 weeks ago in Wisconsin for drunk driving, and CBS immediately suspended him. At the time of this recording, the president of CBS Sports said it's unknown when Tony might return to the broadcast booth. Quote, "There's no timetable or final decision at this time. It's an evolving situation, and therefore we're still assessing. We must consider the impact on our image and our brand," end quote. Entertainment Weekly also reports that J.J. Watt will replace Tony Romo on the lead broadcast team of Jim Nantz and Tracy Wolfson. Darn. No Tony Romo! Sorry. I should learn not to try to do those kind of voices. All right. Got a weird news story for you. This New York couple says they were just horrified to discover that a stranger was relaxing inside their Queens apartment while they were away on vacation. Can you imagine someone being in your house and you're seeing it on your Blink cameras? The couple received an alert from their home security camera and watched live as an unknown woman wandered through their home and helped herself to a drink and lounged on their couch. The couple claims the doorman at their luxury building mistakenly gave the woman their apartment keys after she posed as a dog walker. I mean, that could happen. It's probably the wrong house. She probably was walking around, looking for the dog. And she couldn't find the dog. So she just, hung out on the couch and made herself a drink. The couple claims the doorman gave her the key. Yeah, so she was gone by the time police arrived, and she couldn't be identified. And they're investigating the incident as a burglary. That was a burglary. Building management says the employee involved has been fired and that staff have all been retrained. The couple says that they no longer feel safe and are looking to move, according to the New York Post. I mean, it happens. The key was under the mat like it said on the app. I mean, I just walked the wrong dog. This chick actually took a nap and had a couple cocktails and nothing similar at all. And now I turn it over to Myrtle Bethede reporting on Granny's Got a Gun in Tucson, Arizona.
Yes, this is Myrtle Bethede for Tater Big Show Hangover News. And we have a story out of Tucson, Arizona. There was a confrontation with a granny, a gun, and a shoplifter, y'all. Well, my goodness, TMZ has reported that Tucson Police Department said that officers have made contact with an armed bystander who apparently chased after a Ross shoplifter. Now, you know Ross stores. Oh, I love Ross stores. They got such good prices on my house coats and things. And you can go in there and get jewelry and you can get perfumes and all sorts of stuff. It's very economical. Anyway, this man was running out with suitcases and purses and just I don't know what all. Now, officers have made contact with the armed granny who was seen in this viral video, and a potential aggravated assault investigation could hinge on if the cops find the alleged thief. Well, police tell us that on August 1st, the incident began with a reported shoplifting happening around 10 a.m. Of course, Granny's going to be up in that store then. Well, officers responded and collected statements and reviewed the security tape. But the suspect, well, he is long gone. He was nowhere to be found. You couldn't even smell him. He'd been gone for so long. Well, the confrontation exploded online after video showed that this man was just walking out of Ross with, like I said, suitcases and backpacks and purses, and the store alarm was just bleedoo, bleedoo. I'm not quite sure if that's the way it goes, because I have not stolen anything from Ross to hear the alarm go off, but it was a bleedoo going off, and this boy's just a walking. He's not running, just walking through. Well, Granny followed him into the parking lot and pointed what appeared to be a handgun at him. And it turned out it led shoplifting into a potentially much more serious case, the police said. Well, here's where it gets complicated, okay? The Tucson Police Department told TMZ has reported a documented potential aggravated assault by Granny on the shoplifter, but currently they have no victim for that possible charge because, well, that suspect shoplifter has not been identified or located. Well, he's gone, sir. He left with like $400 worth of stuff. Well, cops say they need to find and interview him. If he chooses to cooperate, so far he's not coming forward, and they need to have him cooperate before they can move forward with the investigation. But so for now, police have found the woman with the apparent gun, but the man she confronted remains in the wind. Granny's got a gun. Shoplifter is on the run. Y'all, he needs Jesus. Well, that's it. I'm Myrtle Buffet, and giddy up, Granny.
Welcome to John Boy and Billy Playhouse. Today's episode, Pistol Packin' Myrtle. As our story opens, Myrtle Bethede has just been pulled over by a city police officer.
Afternoon there, officer.
Afternoon, ma'am. Could I see your license and registration, please?
Oh, sure thing, Sonny. Hold on just a second. I got 'em in here in my purse.
Ma'am, is that a gun in your purse?
Yes, sir. It's a Derringer 32 Magnum. It's a 2-shot over and under. I love the small size. It don't take up half my purse like some of my other guns do.
You have other guns in the car with you?
Sure do. Well, under the seat here, I got a chrome-plated Smith & Wesson 45. Ain't she a beaut?
Whoa. Yes, very nice. Anything else I should know about?
Yeah, in the glove box is a Glock 9mm. You know, for a bunch of Euro trash, them Australians make pretty doggone good stuff. And in the trunk, I got a Remington 887 shotgun. It's the Nitro Mag.
Nitro Mayeg, huh?
Oh.
Is that the tactical version?
Oh, well, of course.
Uh-huh. Anything else?
No, I think that's everything.
Ma'am, I assume you have permits for all of these.
Oh, sure do.
Good. So, are you on your way home from a gun show?
No, sir.
The target range?
No, sir. Just making a quick run to the grocery store.
Ma'am, you mean you carry all these weapons with you all the time?
Yes, sir, pretty much.
If you don't mind my asking, ma'am, what in the world are you afraid of?
Not a dadgum thing, Sonny. Not a dadgum thing.
We hope you've enjoyed John Boy and Billy Playhouse.
And that human head in the back seat, somebody you know?
Tune in again next time when we hear the crusty old manager at Ammo World say,
Hey, big man, let me hold $1.
Thank you, Myrtle Bethede. Wendy Sharp Skaggs comments on episode 31. Wow! From laugh my ass off at pleading the fifth soundbite and married man to getting very teary-eyed there towards the end when you spoke of the 9/11 morning and also played the compilation about dear Dale Earnhardt's loss. Got me in all the feels this morning, Tater. Excellent show, and thank you. Thank you, Wendy. David Hanna also comments on episode 31 when I was talking about when you see things in your rearview mirror and you think it's a cop. Don't you just love it when the flashing lights come up fast and you're thinking, what did I do? You pull to the side, then they pass you? Yeah, what a relief. That has happened to me too, David. I pull over, my heart's racing, and oh my gosh, my gut's torn up, and then they're going after the guy in front of me. But it still takes me a while to recover. Thank you for sharing that with me. William L. Edwards Jr. comments on Facebook, let me start over. He says, I got to catch up this week. I'm behind a few episodes. Quite all right, William. Spotify is about the only way I can get your show, and it's, quote, spotty. Trying to stay tuned in. Tell Mary Jane hi. Laugh out loud. Love you, mean it. William, thank you, man. I appreciate all of you trying to find me out there in podcast land. I know it's a lot different than when you could just turn the station on in your car or on your stereo. So Spotify is one way. If you go to podlink.com and type in Tater's Hangover, my little logo should pop up. You can click that, and then you will list all of the podcast platforms. And I am basically on, I think, the first 10. You can go deeper into that, but I am not on iHeart. But yeah, I am on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music Podcasts, Podbean. So those are a few places. Also, I'm over on YouTube. I have a YouTube channel there, and it's not a video. It's what they call a static video. It's just the audio that I put to a picture. There's some usually closed caption with that, but you can listen there. Should you have YouTube on your TV or you have the YouTube app, you can listen in your car that way as well. But I just really appreciate everybody trying to find me in this new way that we have out here in podcast world. So again, Podlink, P-O-D, link.com. Type in Tater's Hangover. My logo should pop up and you can peruse the list and see if you have any of those apps downloaded or if you like one more than the other. Thank you again. Keep the comments coming. I know the kids are all headed back to school. Probably the last of them will go after Labor Day. But if you have grandkids or a kid or nephew, this story might jump out at you. And you go out on adventures with them like going fishing. Well, this 8-year-old Pennsylvania boy was out fishing, and he got himself a big hook there at a lake near Philadelphia. His name is Seamus. He was fishing with his dad at a place called Ridley Park Lake, and he thought that he had hooked himself a big old bass, right? He's a wheeling and a dealing and a cranking on that reel, trying to pull in this big, it's fighting him. He's trying to pull it in. And we finally gets it up to the shore. And what does he have? He has a 2-pound red-bellied piranha, a species that's native to South America, in a lake near Philadelphia. State biologists later confirmed the identification and say that the fish was likely an exotic pet that had been illegally released into the lake. A piranha. You imagine if you were swimming in that lake? What a hell of a way to find out there's a piranha in there. And if there's one piranha, there might be two. Who knows? There might be a whole family of them in there. And only one bit his line. Officials say the incident is a reminder that unwanted pets should never be dumped into local waterways because they can threaten native wildlife and ecosystems, according to WTAE-TV in Pittsburgh. Hello, Ninja Turtles, dude. Yeah.
Want to spend some real quality time with someone you care about? Take them fishing.
Take me fishing, because I'll be all grown up sooner than you think.
Take me fishing, because everything's more fun when we do it together.
Take me fishing. You know what they say, even a bad day on the water beats a good day at work.
Take me fishing, because my wife won't let me smoke in the house anymore.
Take me fishing, man. Because that buddy of mine in the mountains just sent me a jar of that plum wine we had at the infield of Bristol last year. Remember that? Woo!
Take me fishing. They got a hot new baby doll works down on the boat ramp. Man, she's smoking, 21 years old, kid body. Might be a little wild, too. I don't want to brag, but I think she kind of likes me.
Take me fishing. Because, you know, I'm not about to let you go out there by yourself no more. That's right. I heard about that little skank of the month down at the boat ramp. And you know how you get when you're around some trashy little tramp like that, so don't even try it.
Take someone fishing. You might share an unforgettable moment.
I wasn't born yesterday.
Or it might be the only way you get to leave the house. To find out more, visit TakeSomeoneFishing.com.
And if you come home smelling like that homemade racetrack hooch on your breath, you out of here.
I have a special comment here from Michael Rakowski on Facebook. He wrote this after episode 30. He said, really enjoying the podcast. Episode 30 was epic. My biggest Big Show moment. So Michael Rakowski, I have a comment here. I have a comment here from Michael Rakowski on Facebook. It was in response to episode 30, and I had I had a question, and it was like, what was your favorite memory or your favorite moment with the Big Show? And he shared this with all of us. Really enjoying the podcast. Episode 30 was epic. My biggest Big Show moment was as a participant in the Christmas trumpet game. It wasn't going well, so it was decided that the first contestant to guess one song would win. Let me interrupt. Yes, this would happen. John Boy would play the Christmas songs and no one would be getting it, and the clock would just be ticking and ticking, and we had to wrap it up. So that is why I went down to one song. So it went down to guess one song. It used to be 3. You'd have to get the 2 out of 3. All right. I go back to Michael. I was so starstruck that I forgot to say my name to ring in. I'm going to interrupt again. Yeah, since we didn't have any other kind of thing, they'd have to go, Michael, and whoever he was playing, Steve. Whoever we heard say their name first is who would get to answer. All right. Back in it. So I forgot to say my name to ring in and blurted out the name of this song, excited that I actually figured out what John Boy was trying to play, allowing the other contestant to say his name and my correct answer in victory. So if I'm reading this right, Michael, you were like, deck the halls, instead of saying your name. I'm following you. Michael says, I was quickly dismissed, a little sad that I missed my opportunity for a shout out, and really disappointed that I didn't even get a moo. I understand why the guys needed to retire, but I miss them in the morning. I've been getting by with the reruns on their podcast. Wishing more of the episodes were available from prior to 2024 when Billy still full time. I'm going to interrupt. Yeah, they can still, the Late Risers podcast is still on Spotify. Not the whole series of podcasts, but I think there's a couple years on there, maybe 3 years. You can go back and listen to Late Risers podcast. All right, Michael continues. The skits in the Bitbox are great, but don't replace the unscripted on-air cast interactions that made the show great. Appreciating your efforts and looking forward to the Taterhead t-shirts or maybe a ball cap. Love you, mean it. All right, well, Michael, I have to agree with you. The unscripted on-air interactions were a lot of fun in the room, too. It was so much fun to be a part of that, and we called it Lego jokes, and either you're picking on each other or going off on a story or doing some character bits, lines from Blazing Saddles. It was one of the best parts as well. I have to agree with you there. And I love that you voted Taterhead. For those of you catching up, there was an episode where someone made comments of what the fan base would be called. And so we've just been working on that through social media. And Michael, I guess, is voting for Taterhead and a t-shirt and maybe a ball cap. I will have both. Just don't have a name yet. It's still being decided. So the other thing I need to do for you, Michael, is... There's your moo, buddy. So sorry you didn't get it, but it wasn't you. It was the nature of the beast and the timing and having to get out of the game. And you made it fun, and we appreciate that. But another one. The first-time caller, Michael Rakowski. Thank you so much for sharing all of that with us. And I'm happy that you're here with me now. Kevin Kaiser writes, enjoying the podcast, Tater. Can't wait till Tuesday when new episodes drop. Love you, mean it. Thank you, Kevin. I've been asked why Tuesday. I don't know. I had to pick a day, and I didn't think I'd get it all done on the weekend, so I gave myself a little buffer and figured people are coming off the weekend and not looking for anything new yet, so Tuesday. I don't know. I went with Tuesday, and now it rhymes. Tater Tuesday. One last comment for this episode from Gary V. Nichols. He said, I heard you play the song put together after Dale died. He's speaking about episode 31. He continues, I cried like a baby. I missed seeing the race that day, but when I heard that evening, I was devastated. Wasn't there a version of Tuesday's Gone with the Wind also put together for 9/11? I heard a version of it on the radio and couldn't remember if it was the Big Show. I don't think so. I very well could be wrong. I have no one here to ask. But I only remember the two versions that Randy did for 9/11. I'm just going to go ahead and play one of the versions that he put together. I know it's not September yet, but I think we need a reminder. It's been a short 25 years since this happened. There's a whole generation that has no idea. I felt like that in regards to the Vietnam War when people would tell me about the Vietnam War. I was a baby and I had no idea. So it's good to hear the reminder because we should never forget the day that we were attacked by terrorists.
September 11 will go down in our history as a day to remember.
You know, maybe I took my country for granted in the past, but I don't anymore. And I understand for the first time how valuable and how precious our freedom is.
The advance of human freedom, the great achievement of our time and the great hope of every time.
What we're fighting for is our freedom.
Now depends on us.
We need to protect our freedom for our kids.
We're going to have to stick it out because it's either their children or it's our children.
You remember when you watch Saving Private Ryan and you see those guys going up the beach and you think, how in the heck could they do that? For the first time in my life, I understood that. I understood a love for my country, where I am really honest to God. I'm willing to die. I'm willing for my family to die.
It's going to be gut-wrenching, but we've got to hang in there.
I've been doing this a long time. This doesn't make you kind of sit back and weep a few tears, then you don't have a soul.
We will not tire.
Someday,
we will not falter.
those responsible
We will not fail.
will be brought to justice. Stories that bring tears to our eyes.
He was like an angel. And I just keep thinking maybe he had to go help someone else. He was a wonderful person. He was very caring. He took care of everyone. He was the type of person, I really think that he was a leader and he was helping the people come down.
We're all in it together. It's kind of the way it always was and it always will be, and we need to stay together.
It's been proven that if the good people, honest, average, everyday people defend themselves, then we've actually got a chance against the bad guys.
A tragedy like this could have torn our country apart, but instead, it has united us, and we've become a family.
The people of America will stand strong together because the people of America have always stood together. And those of us privileged to serve this great nation will stand with you. God bless the people of America.
There are no words to comfort, to the degree this situation has caused of turmoil, to comfort someone so that they will feel better. What we do is we bear one another's burdens. The best thing we can do is to be in this together.
I am moved by the bravery and patriotism of our people in this time of national calamity, and I believe that working closely together, all of us together, will meet this challenge just as we've met every challenge in the history of our country.
If we can maintain a steady way of life, we'll be a great example to the rest of the country and the rest of the world. And I would love to see us do that.
I know there are struggles ahead and dangers to face. But this country will define our times, not be defined by them.
And I firmly believe that we need to stick with that, and we need to back him 100% for however long it takes to maintain the security and the freedom for our lives and for our children's lives to come.
Americans are asking what is expected of us. I ask you to live your lives and hug your children.
Because we're a free country, nobody can tell you what you're going to be for when you grow up, who you're going to meet. It's just all your choices.
And I believe that we've only begun to pray, and I beg all the listeners to pray more.
And I've been praying a lot, but I think we should not only pray for ourselves.
My prayer today is that we will feel the loving arms of God wrapped around us.
Nothing in my life has ever affected me like this thing has. That first day I was just kind of numb like everybody. This isn't just an emotional response. There's something different in me today. There's something that's changed here, and it's a good thing. Good thing. Good thing.
This event can give a message of hope. Hope for the present and hope for the future. Yes, there is hope. There's hope for the present because I believe the stage has already been set for a new spirit in our nation.
Been a lot of good things said.
God bless America. Good job.
God bless America.
And this is going to be a day that we will remember as a day of victory. May God bless you all.
Another amazing production job by Randy Brazel. The one that I'm saving for September 11th is a little more in depth. I believe he expanded on it once he made this one. It went with a video. So yeah, gonna stick a pin in it right there. Thank you all for your comments, likes, follows, your subscribes. Weird to say that out loud, but it makes a difference in this new game we're playing over here in podcast land. So thank you very much. Got a shout out to some tater heads. First off, a happy birthday to Chuck Johnson in Bland, Virginia. Happy birthday, my man. He taught me how to count birthdays. You go 40 years plus 1 summer, 2 summer, 3 summers, however many summers you have to add to 40. And I like counting it that way. Thank you, Chuck. I will be doing that in the future. Shout out to Christy Knowles, Eddie Dameron, Jeremy Harris, Steve Goodner, Wayne Miner, Brent Baker, Drew Stripling, Jamie Hayes, Raymond and Diane Hart, Bobby Sloan, Greg Warren, Leah Falzerano, Megan Smith Beam, Kurt Stober, Pam Dills, and Joe Clements. Thank you for being here with me every week. I would also like to express my gratitude to my partner in crime, Barry. Yo, Bear, I didn't break anything today. Woohoo! Thanks to Lane Ostro for being on the show. Thank you to all my family and friends near and far. I love you. And thank you to John Boy and Billy for the bits today. You can own them too for 99 cents each. Just go to thebigshow.com, click on the bit box, and start shopping. Take care of yourselves. Loves ya. Bye.